there are 4 brand new announced Lego sets that are just must-buys for me. And they're coming out this summer. And I wanted to take some time this week to tell you about them and why I am saving my pennies for when these drop. I'm Tom Bray since 1954, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As a senior fan of Lego, I am on a budget, like many of you are, who, even if you're not a senior fan of Lego. And so I have to think hard about what I'm going to buy. I can't buy everything that comes out. I've tended to shy away from gigantic sets just because of the cost and because I tend to build giant sets because I do buy some of them, but I tend to build them very slowly. I think the Lions Knight's castle probably took me 3 months to build. I'm in the process, if you watch this channel regularly, of building the Shire, the new Lord of the Rings set. That's likely to take me several months as well because I put it down and I pick it up and I build a little bit and I rest it and I build smaller sets in between. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm especially excited about these sets because 3 of them are 3-in-1 Lego sets. And if you're not familiar with that concept, a 3-in-1 set is a set that has 3 different builds within the same set. And those builds are usually basically brick-built Lego sets. In other words, let's take the 3-in-1 castle, which was in the last go-around, which, as you know, if you watch this channel, is one of my favorite sets of all time. It's just a fantastic castle set. The dragon in that, the green dragon, is not a molded dragon piece like from the days of yore, that fantastic green dragon. This one is brick-built. And yet it's still wonderful, and I built it, and I was perfectly happy to build a brick-built dragon, and it sits atop of my old 3-in-1 castle. So that's the kind of vibe of these sets, is that they're brick-built, meaning they kind of echo that old, the way the trees used to be in vintage Lego sets and things like that. Here are the 3 sets. So one of them is not a 3-in-1 set. But I want it anyway, and I'll tell you why when we get to it. But let's start at the one that probably is the one you've heard about that excites me the most, and that is the 3-in-1 castle set, the medieval horse set that's coming up. And it's got 3 really cool builds. One is a jousting scene, which is really neat. The other is kind of a windmill village, fortress gate type of deal. And then, of course, probably the main build is a castle, is an actual castle. I'm really looking forward to this. It's priced a little bit higher than the last 3-in-1 castle we got, which was $99.99. This one is, let's see, it's $129.99, which, I would expect the price would be a little bit higher because we're a year down the road. The cost of manufacturing have gone up. The cost of importation is going to go up. There's 1,371 pieces in this set, and this is set number 31168, the medieval horse castle. Now, having just said that I happily built a green brick-built dragon, one thing that is a little bit disappointing to me is that the horses in the horse castle are brick-built. And, I suppose that's cool, and I will build them. But I'll also put in a pick-a-brick order, like right now, while I know I can still get standard molded horses from those castle sets, like the Lions Knight's castle that's still active. So I'm not too concerned about that. I mean, most of us, modify Lego sets anyway, and especially in the castle world. So I imagine that I'll build those brick-built horses, but I'll swap it out for regular horses just because it looks better. Now, one of the really cool things about this particular set is that the minifigs look really neat. I mean, there are at least 2 new factions here. It looks like some sort of snake faction, which may have actually appeared before. I'm not too sure about that. And then there's a kind of a horse knight's shield. And I'm hoping that those parts actually become available on Pick-a-Brick so that we can do some army building there. But At any rate, that's the first of the 4 sets that I really have my eyes on. Now, the second one is also a 3-in-1 set. It's a kind of a silly unicorn castle set, and with lots of pastel colors and flying unicorns, etc. There are 3 builds in this as well. There's a kind of castle in the sky, there's a castle on the ground, and then there's kind of this sea-bearing unicorn vessel. And this is set number 31175, and it will retail for $44.99. I just think it's cool. It's ridiculous. It's right up my alley because it's, let's see how many pieces, 390 pieces. So I'm going to build it in an afternoon. And what fantasy kingdom can't tuck into the woods somewhere a unicorn castle that looks like cotton candy and has unicorns in it? I mean, it just looks fun. And I have my eye on that one for my granddaughter, particularly as a grandparent investor. You've heard me talk about that I put away my sets for eventually for my granddaughter's use. So that's the second of the 3-in-1 sets that really excite me. Now, the third one is a haunted mansion. It's actually called the Haunted Mansion. It's set number 31167. It has 736 pieces and will retail at $89.99. And there are 3 builds here, too. There's kind of a haunted train, some sort of haunted sea vessel. And then the main build is the actual haunted mansion. And it comes with some cool minifigs, those classic monster minifigs. I just think it looks really fun. And I could see me modding that for my fantasy castle kingdom. I mean, I have this character that my evil arch villain is called the Old One, and he's a vampire, if you've been following my lore. And he's a vampire creature, and I could easily see him kind of adapting that home for his use as a kind of headquarters. So there's all kinds of things I think you can do with this set that are really, really fun, including just using it as a haunted mansion. And so I really can't wait to get my hands on that. And I think the price point is just right for that. There looks to be a lot of play value in that set. Now, the final set is an icon set, and it is the Sherlock Holmes Book Nook set. And it's one of those sets that folds up to look like a book, but when you open it up, it's kind of like a dollhouse scene of a Victorian street. Yes, this does not directly tie in with the fantasy kingdom, but I'm going to make it tie in. I'm going to figure this out, whether it be time travel, like H.G. Wells style time travel or something. But nevertheless, I'm really looking forward to this set. If we finally have a Sherlock Holmes set, this is priced at $129.99. It has 1,359 pieces. It's set number 10351. It just looks like a lot of fun. It comes with minifigs like Professor Moriarty and Watson and Holmes, of course, and a newsboy. It just looks delightful. And I have some ideas in the back of my mind as to how I'm going to use that set, and I just can't wait. I mean, I'm really looking forward to that. That releases in June. The other 3 sets release in August. So there's time to put away my pennies in order to get them. I think that perhaps that 3-in-1 medieval horse castle will be one that I buy at least 2 sets of eventually when it goes on sale, because I'll want to have the jousting scene, I think, built as well as the original castle scene. But, what a fantastic castle complex we'll be able to build. We will have the original 3-in-1 castle set. We will have the Lion's Knights castle as the gigantic centerpiece. And now we'll have this new horse castle to add to our complex. And in addition, we will have a unicorn castle that we can tuck off to the side, as well as a haunted house somewhere, and then finally Sherlock Holmes. So I'm curious, which of these sets do you have your eyes on? Are any of these slam dunks for you like they are for me? As always, leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. I always like to know your opinion, and I look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, this is Tom Bray saying, happy building. We'll see you again.